So here we are now on your Google Drive. Once you've logged into Google, you'll see your Google Drive. This is what I call the waffle. The waffle here has all of your Google apps. So you have docs, sheets, slides, all of this. There's way more stuff down here. The good stuff's always on top. And we're in Google Drive right now. So in Google Drive, everybody has a classroom folder to begin with. And inside that folder, you have shared folders for all your classrooms that you created in Google Classroom automatically. I created one called PD because I created a class called PD for us for professional development. I decided to go ahead and create a folder for each of my grade levels. I don't know why I did 7th grade, but just delete that one. Remove 7th grade because I don't have 7th graders. Here I'm going to keep files that I'm going to share with my class. And I want that because in these other folders, like in period 4, I already have 3 assignments in there. And these are the files that the students have created for those assignments. So every time you create an assignment, it looks like it creates a folder for that assignment and it puts all the files in there. So here we are in Google Classroom. And I also have a folder for our staff where I will be sharing things with you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to share a Google Doc with people. So I have four here that I created. Here's the March 15 PD schedule, the one we're following today. So here's a Google Doc that I created. One quick bit of information. Notice that if you minimize this, close this window, you lose some of the tools, and they become here under More. So for some of you who kind of wondering where the tools are at, like how to align, bullets, I always like to have my screen as big as possible so I can see all of my tools. So here's my share, and there's 2 ways to share a document. You can give somebody a link, okay? And if you guys recall, James shared a link with us to a Google Doc to decide on the Fit-a-thon colleges. And then all you have to do is just copy this, Control-C, Command-C, sorry, and decide anybody who has this link can do what. So you decide that. Can view it, can comment, or can make changes. The one James sent us, he allowed us to edit. I'm just going to keep it at view. So that's one way. You just put this into your email, you send it to people, and then they can click on it, and it'll take them to the Google Doc. What I prefer is that you type in somebody's name. You can see that this document has already been shared with Thomas and with Martha. Okay? So I like to just open it up really quick for you so you can see everything here. And let's pretend I'm going to share this with James. So I'm just going to type in, I know his group-wise is J. Orihuela. And as soon as you start typing it up, you'll see it will just show up. There's James Orihuela. It shows up now because that is his Google account for LBUSD. So I'm going to allow him just to view this. Okay. I don't need to notify, and I'm just going to go ahead and click OK. And I don't like that. So there he is now. Down here, Orihuela can view this document. So I like this better because then it does something very special. It goes into your Google Drive. Let me go back to my Google Drive. And now it will appear in his shared with me area. You can see here that these students have shared a document with me. I don't know why. I'm going to have to talk to them about why they did that. But it will come up here. It will be a shared document that will show up here. So it's always going to be there for you. It's in your Google Drive. So that's why I like it, because when you share with a person, they get it in their Google Drive. If you share just the link, then people are always looking for the email, where the link was at, and they can't find the email, then they can't get access to that Google Doc. So I prefer just sharing it, like I told you, just sharing it with the person, typing the person's name, and now just the group-wise name will show up here. Okay? So here we are in this folder. Now I'm going to show you how to comment on a shared folder, so on a shared document. So here's a document that a student shared with me. Here I'm just going to highlight something like I showed you before. I'm going to click comment and then type in your comment here. I'm not going to really do it. I'm just going to cancel it. And it just keeps track of it. It just keeps track of it. If they allow you to edit, you will be able to do edits to the document. But most of the time, just adding comments is very helpful. Okay, so that's the basics of the Google Docs. Another thing I want to show you here, you have Google Photos. I have a couple things here on Google Photos you can upload, and you have unlimited storage, so it's a good idea. If you want to keep your photos organized, you can do it in Google Photos. But that's the basis of Google Drive. You have your classroom, all your classes, and you can create anything you want here now. You can just start adding new folders. New folder, type in, say, for example, PTA, for example. You can create that. Once you have that folder, you go inside that folder, and then you can just start creating documents. You can create a Google Doc. One of the cool things with Google Docs is that you don't have to save. They save automatically about every 3 to 5 seconds. Good idea too, we just give it a good title. And then here you go. Then you start doing your Google Doc. Once you're done, if you're going to share with somebody, you can go ahead and share it. You can always delete people from the, if you want to take away that right for somebody to share it, very simply come back over here, go to the advanced, and you can just delete. Like, I'm just going to take out James. He no longer can view it. So I'm just going to save the changes, and now I have taken that document away from James. He can no longer see it. Okay, so that's basically the basis of the Google Drive and the Google Docs. We're going to be doing a lot of Google Docs, sharing a lot of Google Docs. So it's going to be good for you to practice so that you know what's going on.